Attention Inland Empire, we're going to reveal this roofing company's marketing secrets for the first time, so you can apply it to your own business. But before we do that, we're going to need tacos.
We have sodas at the office.
Listen, we're gonna get a couple modelos, couple tacos, talk about marketing. I mean, I was built for this show, homie. Like, say let's go. Oh.
At the end of the interview, rock, paper, scissors. Whoever loses has to eat this on their tacos. No meanies allowed.
Phenomenal hook. We got a little snack for the interview today. Hopefully they're okay. We're just shooting for okay. We're not shooting for extraordinary, just okay. So
this is Nate, and this is probably one of the coolest interviews you're ever going to see because we're literally in front of Roofing and More, right by a street. Everybody's looking at us where we're eating tacos. This is what social media is all about. But this is Nate with Social Riz. I'll allow everybody to introduce themselves because today we're going to be talking about some marketing and reveal some of their strategies because they've been killing it on social media. I actually think they're up and coming. I would say that they're going to become the #1 roofing company in the Inland Empire by the year's end if they keep up the good work. So I'll pass off the mic to my buddy over here, and he's going to introduce himself and what he does.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Josue. I do the marketing over here at Roofing and More, and excited to be here with Nate.
Hey guys, my name's Alejandro from Roofing and More. Here at Roofing and More, I am one of the owners.
He is the owner.
One of the owners, but she's the boss. She pulls my ears, guys. But basically, I'm in charge of moving materials around, scheduling the jobs, and make sure that things get moving and done.
My name is Val. If you guys have seen our content on Roofing and More, you might recognize Alejandro and I. I'm the production manager here at Roofing and More. I do a little bit of everything. I'm just everywhere. I do help a little bit in marketing, so we're just gonna talk about that today and have some fun. Enjoy these tacos
and eat these tacos. And whoever, what was the?
At the end of the video, we decided at the end of the interview we're gonna do rock, paper, scissors, and the loser has to put this hot sauce. It's extra hot sauce on their taco. We're all gonna save one taco, and whoever loses has to eat that. So
Super
we'll see
fun.
how it goes. It says, wait, let me read this really quick. Congratulations. You are about to try the best salsa in the world, made only with the best ingredients. I hope that you enjoy it as much as we do. Wow. Thank you.
That's cute. All
Good
right.
luck.
So I reached out to these guys because I was super impressed with the marketing. I think that social media marketing especially is a powerful tool for home service-based businesses, but I also feel like a lot of local businesses don't have a sound marketing strategy. And this team right here, they cracked the code because they have a team internally that has these conversations about how to connect with their local audience. So you guys are going to learn tons of new stuff today. I wanted to start off the conversation with Roofing and More, how it was started, the history of the company, and where it is now.
Yeah, so basically, Roofing and More established and it started in the year of 2021. Usually it started with me and my father and Valeria as well. And we were very small, just starting with subcontract work, taking on very small jobs, helping out the small local people, small local jobs. And usually, eventually, we started growing little by little, taking on those bigger jobs, start doing our own sales to no more doing subcontract work. Thank God. And now we're officially, I think, one of the #1 local roofing company here in Jurupa Valley. No, actually, no. We are the #1 roofing company in Riverside. We're here to help you. And we've grown, thank God, a lot. We have learned a lot. We have made mistakes, but from those mistakes, we have learned. But we're here to truly to serve you guys and protect your roof.
I'll leave it there.
So when you first started the company and you said you were subcontracting and you got enough clients to kind of build a foundation and kind of get out of that, start your own thing, what was that conversation like between you two? When did this formation come about?
So I think I think this is kind of a good start to a good conversation. I'll go ahead and start from the beginning.
Okay.
So this, thankfully, this all started because of our dad. Our dad is the mastermind. Without him, we wouldn't be who we are today. My dad started off at working at restaurants his whole life at Farmer Boys for 30 plus years. And eventually he finally got the courage to say, you know, we're going to do this. We're going to open a roofing company. And thankfully, with the experience and knowledge that he had prior, thankfully in Colorado and things like that, we were able to do it. They were able to do it. And yeah, we all started off in the restaurant. We're restaurant people. That's what we do. That's what our industry is, really. But once Alejandro and my dad started roofing and more, it really was just a leap of faith, honestly, because we understand business, but we didn't understand the trade at the time. So we started off crazy. So it started off with my dad and Alejandro originally in 2021, just them alone. I remember it would be Alejandro at 10 p.m. running to get material, and my dad at midnight delivering shingles on a roof, trying to get things going. And I started off a year later, so around 2022, kind of more or less. That's when I started helping in the administrative side. So I started the office, and we just started from there. We just I didn't know anything administrative wise or starting an office or roofing or anything. But thankfully my dad, he's everything we are. So without him, we wouldn't know what we know. So really it all started with him, and thankfully we're a very close team. So he's been able to guide us, and we've been able to thankfully mature and make these decisions all together as a family and as a company. So it's not just Alejandro or me or my dad. It takes all of us as a family to really be able to get things going and stand as a company.
I came from a family business. My grandpa was a concrete contractor.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, he did a lot of commercial stuff. I was raised in the office. You know, my mom was the office girl taking all the calls.
Yeah,
So I was an office rat, essentially. I would just they would just put me in that random little spare office in the corner. It's like, go on Google or something like that. Just do your thing. But yeah. They just say, hey, go over there, play with that a little bit. But my uncles and my grandpa, my mom, like all of them were in that. And, you know, with a family business, a lot of people don't understand, like, the business is the spinal cord of the family. Like, if the whole family's involved, everybody has to pull their weight. Everybody has to provide their value, because if that sinks ships, then everybody sinks. If the business is doing good, then the family's doing good. So it's like there was no excuses. Everybody had to hold each other accountable, and it's just another dynamic than working for another company, right? Because it's like,
definitely. I mean, you have to, and it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
Like family, you have to hold people accountable, and you gotta get used to those yells, even between family, and not mix those emotions, but understand that it's for the better.
Yeah. Well, separating yourself too, you know, from the business is pretty hard. You know, that was one of the challenges with my family. I couldn't say that we were friendly all the time. We tried our best.
Things have to get done.
Yeah,
you know?
things have to get done though. Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. But
So what was your strategy in the beginning of the company to get more customers?
basically, door knocking helped out a lot.
Really?
We would door knock. I remember door walking miles, leaving flyers. With my uncle, walk around, attend schools, colleges as well for roofing, or even expos. A lot of roofing expos. But thankfully, we met a mastermind who knows a little bit of.
I don't know who he's talking about.
He knows everything about SEO, marketing, website, drag links, marketing, everything. The main man. I call him the main man.
He's the main man.
I'm gonna hand the mic to the big player over here to talk about how he got involved with the company.
So, I honestly, me and these guys are just childhood friends. Our moms are best friends. That's how we know each other. So me personally, I came more like on the developer side, like making websites was my thing. And last year, I think it was last year when I joined these guys, and the first thing I wanted to do was redesign their website because it was a little outdated. That was my main thing. Redesign their website, And then slowly but surely, I started to get more involved in like their paid pay-per-click ads, Facebook ads, all the technical stuff. We plan on growing huge. We're pretty small right now, but like Alejandro said, we're already number one, and at this size. But you know, there's no stopping us. There's no stopping us.
I have one question real quick. So me, a lot of lead gen background, the marketing and the sales are like Shaq and Kobe, you know, you got to make sure that they're together. So what was that process like when you were starting to generate leads? It was starting to actually come in. Who was in charge of selling the deals?
Oh, this part. So when I used to be in charge of scheduling the leads, and I was the one scheduling all the salesmen's appointments and managing all these customers coming in. So initially, it wasn't hard at all because it was me, Alejandro, and my uncle. We were the salesmen. So we just distributed amongst ourselves, and it was easy because we can just do it ourselves. We do everything ourselves. I just take the call, schedule it for myself, and go. Same thing for Alejandro. But now thankfully we've included more people to our team and to our family. We've got 4 more salespeople with us. So now the way we distribute them is just really mostly, of course, first scheduling because everyone has their own schedule, but mainly it's just understanding. First is, how do you say? ¿Cómo se dice? Like analyzing the leads and recognizing which is a hot lead, which is a warm lead, a cold lead, and then based off of that, scheduling, based off of everyone else, how they're doing, if anyone's too booked out, who needs more leads. We're not selfish with leads.
This is a good question. You ready? Lead quality strategies. What was bringing in the quality leads? Did you guys have any like pushback on, like when you say quality leads, obviously it means like somebody's ready to go. But was there any strategies from your end to increase that lead quality, or what were those conversations like between you and the sales team here?
So initially, on the form on the landing page and all that stuff, I had a lot of pre-qualifications, asking them a lot of stuff. So when that happens, your lead count goes low, it gets lower, but the quality gets higher. So we got to the point to where you have to know if that's going to be your strategy, it's because you have a sales team that's probably not so hot. So they need like more qualified leads to close easier. But now with the team that we have now, they're like super good at making sales. So now I stopped asking so many questions, lowering the boundaries of the filters and all that stuff. So now it's focused more on volume, but it's working because now the guys are able to close them, even if they're a bad lead or a high quality lead. It doesn't really matter because having a good sales team, they're gonna close them regardless. Mm-hmm.
So it seems like you took a more targeted approach in the very beginning, make sure the lead quality was hot. Now it's all about filling up the pipeline.
Yes, sir.
What was your strategies for follow-up?
Follow-up. You right
That's follow-up is the part that we're figuring it out now. Right now, we're actually in the middle of restructuring our whole sales team process. So I guess it all goes hand in hand when it comes to the follow-up. Because right now, our main thing is that obviously our guys are super busy. The sales team is always running around, and they have to sit down and come to this one time in the week where I have to follow up with all these clients. So for them, it's like it is hard to find the time to do it. So we're trying to find the way to make it more efficient for them to follow up. And I guess that's where Josue comes in a little bit because he's been showing us like, you can automate it. You can do this. You can do that. So I guess that's where Josue comes in and kind of talks about his strategy for that.
Actually, I'm a big automations guy. So you know when the lead comes in, when the lead comes in, when they're hot, you have no time to waste. Yeah. So as soon as they come in, it triggers an automation to get a text message, and it's like to ask more information because maybe they come in at night, maybe they come in when you're sleeping. And you can't get to the phone, you can't get back to them. So when a new customer comes in through your pipeline, you're not the only person that they called. They have 20 other roofing companies that they called. So now the problem here is who gets to that person faster, and that's where the automation comes in to like quickly swoop in, get all the information they need and schedule them.
On that sales, on that marketing side as well, you gotta really we're trying to build the best system for the guys with offering the customers the best, easiest financing, and also with the most reasonable prices for you guys as well, to help close, because it's very hard. I mean, without marketing or sales coming in, there's no roofing and more.
Yeah. I actually wanted to touch on the financing part because I work with the sales trainer in the home services side named Jeff Cronin. Me and Jeff hit it off real well because I came from the sales side and the marketing, and we just hit it off. He goes to Mr. Reuter, he goes to all these big guys.
Yep, those guys are big.
One of the biggest things that he talks about during his sales is like, are you guys financing? What options are you giving your customers? You know, are you being strategic with it? Or are we just blindly trying to go for kind of the Band-Aid fix? You know, are we? So from a sales perspective, I might be touching on a couple of things that you guys want to talk about, but what's the sales process with that? How are you utilizing your financing to close more deals?
Yeah, so it may seem like I'm answering all the questions, but it's just because I handle the financing. I'm the only one who does the financing in the company. So
Say it with your chest.
I just have to answer the question. I'm sorry. But anyways, as far as the financing, right now, most of our sales don't come from financing. Surprisingly, it's more like 25-75 when it comes to financing. So like 25% of our customers are financed. So we have 3 financing options right now. We work with Aqua, we work with Upgrade, and Moment. 3 great companies, but as out of the 3, once you start selling and really working in the home improvement side of financing, you'll see the difference between the 3, because obviously the home improvement rates right now are not fun. You're looking at maybe a 6.99% if you're lucky with a good financing company, but right now the rates are more looking like 9%, 10%, so no one's happy. But I think a lot of homeowners don't understand that is the home improvement rate. Like, it's not like financing a car. You can get, 4%, 3%, or in other loans where it's in different industries or different categories. So when it comes to offering financing to homeowners, or our options when financing, we mainly focus on the qualification, because a lot of our homeowners, when they do need financing, we need to educate them, and they don't really know what they're doing, where they're going for. So it's just a little bit of everything, and understanding that financing isn't our main, how do you say, source of income, but we want to have it available for those homeowners who struggle a little bit with their financing, who haven't really who need help with understanding their credit, how to finance, how to apply, how to qualify. So we offer basic financing right as of now with rates of 10%, 9%, maybe 8%. We have, what the heck, the 0% interest plans as well, but it's just a little bit of everything. So in this industry, it's just a little bit harder to offer financing, but yeah.
So in terms of Google Ads, sales process, thank you for that. Google Ads, we're going to go back to that real quick.
Oh, wait.
In terms of like strategy for you, what does an account structure look like for you with Google Ads? What's worked the best?
So the thing with me is that I don't just want to have one ad. I want to have multiple ads targeting different things. Like, for example, in roofing, want to have an ad running for repairs, an ad running for roof replacements, one running for solar. I do it that way just because, not to get too technical, there's different ad groups for each one. So each different ad has different keywords that you're targeting, different locations, different demographics, and all that. So instead of putting everything all in one and fighting to get to the top of the ranks for all those keywords, it's just smarter financially, because it's not as expensive as having one. You're able to like allocate different budgets for the different ads that you want to, I guess, get more results. So that's pretty much how I structure it. I don't just have one. I have different landing pages for each keywords that I want to advertise for.
Love those keywords.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's good. This guy knows his stuff. Whoa.
I love keywords.
I love it. Ad quality on high.
Oh, yeah.
Ad quality on high. All right. So you get all this traffic. What's I don't know if you guys want to say this, but what's the average cost per lead that you're getting now than what you were getting in the past? And if you feel more comfortable doing a range, you can do a range if you feel more comfortable. But
Amen. Let
So
'em know.
so before, back when I was putting all those barriers, because you have to take something into account. There's lead cost and then there's appointment cost, you know, because some people are never going to reply, even though how many times you call them, they're just not going to reply. So there's two costs to this. It's how much did it cost to get their information, which is just a lead, and then how much did it cost to actually get them booked, you know? So in terms of that, right now we're looking at about a $60 range for each lead. Yeah. And then for the ones that don't answer or whatever, the actual booking, we're looking at around 150 to 200.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm trying to lower that, just because it does. I guess it is pretty high when you take into account how many leads we actually want. But yeah, that's pretty much the range for actual appointments, from 150 to 200, specifically just on Google Ads, not taking into account Facebook ads or.
yeah, I want to jump into that world. And by the way, for anybody that's watching, if you're working with a marketing agency and they are focused on generating a bunch of leads for you at a cheap cost per lead does not necessarily mean quality, right? What a lot of agencies do is they just spam keywords and try to get as much traffic to the landing page as possible for any type of search there is. And what ends up happening is you may get some leads coming through, but they're not quality. And they're going to point the finger at you and say, we did our job, which they didn't. So just be very wary of the agencies that you're working with and hold them accountable to the lead quality and have those conversations frequently. Lead quality could go up and down too. So if they don't have a pulse on what's going on the Google ads or what's happening in the CRM, are you guys using House Call or Service Titan?
CRM.
Job progress.
Oh, okay. Make sure that if you are working with an agency, they are doing the ads, they have a pulse of what's happening in the CRM. If they don't, there's going to be a disconnect because they're just going to see the cost per lead and the leads generated, not appointments closed. Okay. So social media, this is my favorite part. Social Riz, right? So this is what I love to do. I love social media because I feel like a lot of people, especially in the home services industry, they only focus on the people that are looking for their service when they need it, which is probably only 5% of the local area, maybe even less, while completely ignoring the other 95% of homeowners that aren't looking for that service now, right, but may need it later. And social media is perfect tool to get connected with homeowners that might not need your service now, but could use you later. In terms of social media, what was the strategy there? When did that form about? When did you guys start really focusing on social media?
So I don't know. I mean, we've actually gone through a couple of marketing people. Thankfully they've all been amazing. They've all helped us, educated us to get a step further. But when Josue got here, it was a lot easier because he doesn't say no to anything at all. So the awesome thing is that he has the technical experience to help us film these things and get them edited on the internet. All I have to do is think of the most creative things I can with my experience. So it really is just combining. You can't do everything with one person. It takes a team to do things. So I think what it really takes is just having those two sides, the technical side of everything to be able to create and edit the content properly, and the creative side of it that understands the business, the industry, and your audience. You know, what are you posting? Who are you posting for? And taking account in every single post that detail. It's not just posting for a week this type of content. No, every single video is very important in every detail. So I think that's what we prioritize when thinking about social media.
What's your content creation process look like?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to creating content and thinking of ideas, it's just stuff that I think of. I'm always thinking of business. Okay, what can we do? What can we do? Because in my head, I'm anxious to help us grow in that sense. So I'm the one who really has the time to sit down and think about these things. So Alejandro's busy, my dad's out, Josue's doing his thing. So when I think of these things, my main strategy is what's crazy enough to work. Honestly, what's crazy enough to work? I love Jackass. Okay, everyone, people love Jackass. It's not a roofing thing. It's a worldwide thing. It's not just one specific audience. It's gaining the love of all these people who love the same thing. So it's just taking a concept that's already created within the world that everyone loves and kind of just putting it together in roofing so that people can relate to it and remember Roofing and More did it. Because you're not going to see a roofing company create videos like Jackass or create videos that are crazy. We have the access to a roof. Like, what can we create that isn't going to get the attention of a person? So taking into account the branding, and not just the branding, also, we don't just want to create content just to brand. We're also a business. We need to survive and make money. So I also take into account, okay, branding, but also how can I bring it back to us? I'm going to make this fun, but how can it circle back to becoming a lead? So that's really what it is.
Andrew Rodriguez, if you're watching this, you can't make this up. I was talking to Andrew about Jackass.
Really?
I swear, with social media strategy, because the reason why is because if you really look at Jackass and what they did for my generation, our generation,
Yeah.
is they put themselves in a vulnerable situation where people are allowed to connect with them. So that's really social media in a sense, because you're trying to build a connection with people, right? One of the biggest things I tell my clients is, hey, if you just focus it on the service, you're replaceable. But if you focus it on you, you're irreplaceable because you're unique. So if you're willing to show the people behind the work, you're going to have a lot more success than showing the work itself. A lot of, especially your competitors, especially home services in general, they focus too much on the tools and the job. And no one, as social media, people go to social media to connect with people, right? It's a people and people network. It's not a people and tools network, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what you guys have been doing a lot of is jumping on camera. There's a face behind the business that people can connect with. And the more vulnerable you are and the more yeses you say, right? If you're not afraid to say yes to even the craziest ideas, you're putting yourself in a situation where you can actually start connecting with the local audience. And at that point, it doesn't even matter how high you rank on Google, because the only reason why people go to Google to begin with is because they don't know who can complete the job, right? So you're almost ahead of the game in a sense, because they'll remember Roofing and More when they need a roof done. They don't need to go to Google anymore. They know who to call. So social media marketing strategy, when did that come about? When did you guys place importance on that?
So we placed importance on it once Josue came in after a while of learning and trying to understand social media and what would work best. And we just picked it up, and Josue picked up we didn't understand the whole world of marketing. So when Josue came in, he picked up a whole workload that we didn't know existed. I didn't understand that creating content and the back end stuff are two completely different things in marketing. You can hire a marketing person who knows how to create content for you and manage your social media, but that's completely different from someone doing everything in the back end, technical coding, ads and stuff. So I think once Josue came in, it kind of gave me the opportunity to step up and kind of just create the crazy ideas that I wanted, and whatever I thought of. It was just easy because the Josue and Alejandro both always said yes. They always say yes. And my dad too. Like, if I need to do something by tomorrow, then they'll help me and we'll all get it done to create some crazy idea or video. So that's just nonstop, having no limits, and thankfully having two ends to marketing, the technical side and the creative side that understands the business and the industry that we're targeting and making videos for.
You know, I think social media is important, especially for collaboration. I think for, you know, your local audience, I think the quickest way to brand your business, to get ingrained in the social arena in your local area, is to actually collaborate a lot.
Yeah.
Right? It's cross-pollination in a sense, because now two of the audiences are blending together. It's really the best way to grow your local audience, which you've been doing with Mark from Riverside, actually.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
Yeah, actually, we met Mark earlier in January, right around New Year's. He reached out to us and he was just like, hey, you know, I want to work with you. You guys are You guys are interesting. He really liked the fact that we're active in our social media and that we're willing to create interesting content. So when he reached out to us, that's how it was, and we just immediately responded. Met I think the soonest he was available, and got everything working. And thankfully, it's been going well. Mark is so much fun. He doesn't say no. As soon as we met for the first time, I told him, hey, I kind of have some crazy ideas. So if you're not down for anything like the door, let me know. Like, we can tone it down. And he was like, no, let's do it full on. So thankfully, I have a great team behind me and a lot of support to help us create all this crazy content and interesting stuff for our industry.
And in terms of what does the social media strategy look like for the guy that's doing the Google ads and all the advertising and lead gen? What does social media mean for you for Roofing and More?
Since the beginning, I told Valeria and Alejandro in this, in the beginning, their lead cost was super, super high, but that was because they were the new kids on the block. Nobody knew them. Nobody knew about Roofing and More. So as soon as they started to get in people's heads, now when someone goes on Google and searches roof replacements nearby or local roofing companies nearby, and then they see Roofing and More, it's like, oh, I saw these guys on Instagram, I saw these guys on Facebook, I saw these guys on TikTok. So that really drives down your lead costs, because now they know you guys. They're more willing to give you their information, their name, their phone number, all that stuff. So it helps both sides. It helps in terms of lead generation, what is what they want, and getting in people's front doors without physically being there.
And when I was going to and I don't know what this looks like for you guys, retargeting is a big thing with social media. It's what it's really designed to do is to follow you. And when I worked with e-commerce brands, I mean, if you didn't have retargeting set, I mean, that was just a big major hole that didn't need to be there, right, in their profits, because they would spend so much money to get traffic from Google. They would just let the traffic go. Whoever didn't sign up, they just kind of let them go, So retargeting wise, very important for anybody that's in the home services industry. I know you guys are paying a lot per lead. I know you guys are paying a lot per click, and there's a bunch of traffic that's hitting that landing page of the website. Make sure that you're following them. Make sure that you don't let them escape, because if you're paying a lot of money for it and you're only collecting maybe 1 to 5% of the traffic coming in, you need to follow them so they don't forget about you. And what that can look like is a testimonial or, regular content that you guys are doing, just to let them know because when you go to Google, it's like more like logical thinking. It's like, I'm looking for something, I'm going to find a company that can fulfill it. It's kind of like 1-2, right? But social media, you're showing the human side of the brand, which is powerful for Google Ads. You might be able to drive down, cost per lead. So make sure that retargeting is part of the strategy for your PPC campaigns. Another trend that I wanted to talk about real quick is Google's like push to automate things. You'll see that with social media ads too. They're pushing everybody to automate stuff. What do you guys feel about that? Have you guys done like PMAX campaigns? Have you heard about PMAX? Have you tried it?
Going back to Google, I don't, because I know that now they're advertising their AI. Advertise with their AI. They'll handle everything. All you have to do is give them your money. The problem with that is I want to specifically know where I'm allocating those funds to. Because with Google, you can easily burn through all your budget, burn through all your ad spend, and not get anything. But just giving all the freedom to them without you being in there, it's gonna drive up the cost like crazy, and you're not gonna get anything.
All right. So, are you doing anything with customer lists? Yeah. Like, what's that side look like? I mean, I'm sure over the years that you guys have been open, you have a good number of customers that you serviced in the past. Are you doing anything actively to get them back in the pipeline? Is there any strategies there?
So their information and all that stuff, we do keep them on site just in case. Like, for example, when we started offering solar.
Yeah,
Stuff like
So as far as that, following up with, I think, previous customers that we have serviced, Right now we don't have a specific system in place for that, unfortunately, because we are still growing and learning. But I think right now what's really gonna help is the fact that we have saved our customer list. We have the list of customers that we have serviced, and thankfully right now we've gotten the opportunity to implement solar into roofing now, which we didn't have before. We're barely starting to get it into the system, trying to get roofing and solar combined. So I think that's where we're gonna have to really, where Josue's gonna have to really work with us to understand how we can regenerate those leads and get them with solar now that we've done their roof, because we know their roof is in good condition. Now we know how solar works.
Yeah.
So if anything, we're just helping these homeowners take it a step further into their home and upgrading in an easy way. So hopefully that'll be when our follow-up system comes along.
Stay tuned, guys. Not gonna say too much, but you will be able to write. You'll get a 30% tax credit, not only on the solar but on the roof as well. So solar and roof, 30% tax credit. Not gonna say too much. We're still making this concrete, but that will be something in the future for 2024, ends of 2024, 2025.
And so far, how we use that customer list is sending review requests, because you can never have too many reviews. You know, that's another thing that a lot of service, or not service companies, but a lot of businesses out there lack, is the lack of asking for reviews. You know, because nowadays when someone searches whatever they need, and then they see that you have 2 reviews, well, they're gonna go to the person that has 20, 50, 100. You know, so that is why right now specifically reviews are insanely important.
Last thing I'm going to touch on in terms of the marketing strategy is search engine optimization, which is my Achilles heel because it's boring to me personally. I never got really into it. I should, and I will down the road. But what are you guys doing to kind of rank better on Google in the local area? Is there any strategies there?
So, so the thing with SEO is it's a slow ramp up. Yeah. You could be a brand new business and start getting results by pushing ad spend, by pushing advertisement, paying for advertisement, and it's like you start up here, right? But SEO, you could start allocating money into that, but you're still on. But the thing is that it takes time, you know. It takes 6 months, a year, you know. But the thing with SEO is that as it ramps up throughout the months, and if for whatever reason you stop spending on SEO, you're still going to be up here. As opposed, if you're spending on ads and then all of a sudden you stop spending, it drops. You're not going to get anything. You know? So long-term SEO is the better investment, because you want to show up organically. You want to have your blog post show up when people search, oh, how do I know my roof is in need of a repair? Stuff like that. So what we're starting to push now is putting up blog posts and getting backlinks, which for anyone that doesn't know what a backlink is pretty much like a link from a reputable website linking back to your website. It's putting it simple. It's like a vote. It's like a vote, like saying, oh, I vote for Roofing and More. They're legit. And now Google's going to know all these guys are legit. Let's push them up the rank.
What's the backlinking strategy?
So we honestly, at the moment, we're just buying them. But the thing, you know, yeah, it's, everyone buys them. But the thing that we're not doing is we're not just buying any backlinks. We buy the backlinks with the highest domain authority. Yes, they're super, super expensive. You're thinking like we're probably looking at $300 to $500 a link, but it help way, way more having, let's say, 3 high authority backlinks than 50 low quality backlinks. So that's what we're.
Yeah. So to summarize the discussion today, Google Ads, make sure that we're not putting in too many keywords per ad group, because you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're getting a bunch of traffic that's going to hit a website that's not going to answer their search. You want to make sure that you are segmenting your ad groups per keyword and having a landing page per ad group That way that you get the highest, not only the highest lead quality, but the highest quality score with Google Ads. Super important. Social media, one of the best branding tools that are being ignored by home services in general, right? Make sure that you have a social media strategy. Make sure that you have somebody internally that can say yes and can come up with crazy ideas. Do not be afraid to be authentic, like Jackass. You want to be in a situation where you're vulnerable, where you're allowing your audience to connect with you. So they don't have to go to Google to find what you do. They already know who to call. And in terms of local SEO, make sure you have backlinks. Make sure they're quality, because domain authority is everything. And if you purchase a bunch of crappy links, you're going to get crappy results and you're not going to get anywhere with your SEO. But don't forget Google Ads either. SEO takes time. But Google Ads, if you shut it off, you don't have SEO, you're nowhere to be found. So make sure you have those two working together for you. And in terms of marketing, make sure that you have everything working together. Make sure that you have the creative, make sure you have the lead gen expert, make sure that you have your sales team all aligned on the same goal and the same strategy. So that way you have the best results. In terms of any other tips that you want to give the audience with the strategies that you guys have in place, do you have anything else to add that you wanted to add?
I don't have nothing.
I have a few things,
Yeah.
but basically going back to what Nate said, it's have a system to where everyone knows what's going on, you know? Because I've seen companies that they spend so much money on lead generation, but their guys don't follow up. Their salesman guy sucks. So now they're spending all this money on people that don't close the sales, that basically just having those leads go to waste because they don't do anything with them.
Yeah, and aside from that, just as far as the content creation, I think I think we kind of sort of have an advantage just because we're a family. You know, I can just go to my dad and be like, "Hey dad, I need you to help me create this." But even if you don't have that, I think even if you don't have that, I think it's not that difficult to create the content that we do, because it's just having the mindset that you're not just a contractor, you're a real human being. A lot of these homeowners don't know what you're talking to them about. It's especially in roofing. They don't know what the roof is. They don't know what an eave is, what fascia is. So what you're presenting to them is absolute nonsense. So it's really important to educate the homeowner in a creative way and an easy way. Because if you talk contractor talk, they're not going to understand you at all. At all. It's happened to me before I learned roofing. I didn't know what the heck they were talking to me about. But now I take that perspective into account when I'm creating content and understand that, okay, I might think that it's easy to understand a square on a roof, but a homeowner isn't. So I have to break it down and make it easy to understand for our audience and just entertaining, because it's good to know about your roof in general. It's good to know, how a roof, just general information about the world and knowledge. So it's just staying creative.
Definitely agree with Valeria on that as well. Trying to understand the problem with the customer, explain to them what's going on, what was the necessities, and not just put a number and finish off. Because that's just like how you said, anybody could put a number and you could get replaced as easy as that. So you have to stand out, be different, help the customer, and provide them the best solution to their problem. So I think that's crucial for the business, for the people here locally.
Hot sauce time.
Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, so let's do. You two do rock, paper, scissors, then we'll do rock, paper, scissors, and
And
the
then
winner
whoever,
of each,
yeah.
we'll do the ultimate. Okay, you two, yeah.
All
Wait,
right.
do how we, how do we,
Rock, paper, scissors.
Wait.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
okay?
Wait, so
Yeah, so he lost, so now we do it. Whoever loses out of us goes against him.
Yeah.
Ready? Now it's us two.
All right, you ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. What's hot?
That'd be the hot sauce.
It's okay.
Here's what I propose. One tap from each of us, huh?
Okay.
One tap for each of us on one taco.
I agree. It has to be my taco though, because I like chicken.
All right.
Plate is
I
a
got
mess.
tacos.
All right, here's the taco. There's nothing on it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but here, you guys can all go ahead. Oi. Everybody put a tap.
All right.
And I don't know, I'll just,
That's it.
I know munches.
Okay, that was a lot.
He has to use his.
Good. She likes spicy.
We have to put this under the table. All right, let's get this party started. This is for all those contractors
Out there.
who think that women can't work in the construction industry.
Say it with your chest.
This is for all the women in roofing.
That's right.
Yeah.
2024, baby.
All right. I'll bite the juiciest part right here. Juiciest part. We'll even this up right here.
Yep.
Give it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go, baby.
Just for you can see, family never leaves nobody behind. I always back up my sister.
That was a lot. My boy took 2 pounds to the face, bro.
No, we're doing it. We're very more.
That's pretty good. Oh, there, yep.
Fuck
Yep, things up too. There you go.
Now let's wait.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh. Oh, he dropped the sauce. You got it? Oh. Wash it down with Coke. Fuck. Jesus.
See, I got it.
Oh.
Where's the good way to end it? That's just gonna make it worse. Coke is just gonna make it worse. That was the SEO master guru right there. This is how you end a roofing and more video. Thank you guys so much. Love and peace in the world. Stay safe. Keep your family safe. And if you guys need any help with your roof, give us a call. Peace out.
Bye, guys. If you guys need a new roof, don't forget, call Roofing and More LLC. We're here. We'll cover your roof. You sleep home at night with ease while we are out there worrying and protecting your roof. So have a great day, guys. Stay dry.
And that's IE's favorite roofing company, baby.